Welcome guys back to the channel. I'm your host Maverick, and right now we're going to be watching Shield Hero episode 14. So, last episode, mine was just being her usual douchebag self, right? Constantly getting into the way of Naofumi and company, but at the very least, due to her actions, I guess Melty is now considered part of the group. So at least we've got that going for us. And also, it seems that they've pretty much reached a conclusion that they should go see the Queen first, and hopefully she can shed some light on the current situation within the world. Other than that, I don't think there's really much else. In terms of the real world stuff, I believe Shield Hero is doing an exhibition of some sort in Akihabara, but I checked and it's not that big or impressive, so probably nothing to note there. I think we should just go into the episode. I, for one, am kind of curious as to how Melty's dynamic is now going to change in regards to, her interacting with the others now that she's kind of considered part of the group now, right? And also whether or not her magical powers extends beyond just using some basic spells. Because princess or not, if you're in a fighting party, if you're in an adventuring party, you gotta pull your own weight. So let's just get into the episode and see what is going to happen. So let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. By the way, although they're going to the Queen, I somehow have doubt they're going to make it in this episode. Alright, what's going on? Is there a fight coming? Oh. Who are they attacking? The forest? Oh, she's still trying to find Shield Hero and company? Yeah. That's such a waste of wood. And come on, they're high-level adventures. You really believe like a fire such as that will be enough to drive them out? That is pretty damn naive. Or are they trying to pin this crime on Naofumi as well? Great drawing. Great drawing. Go, Janet. Alright, we saw this already last episode, so I'm gonna skip it. I believe the music video for this is also out, so you guys can go watch it if you're interested in it. So, I'll see you guys in just a second. And back. Everlasting memory. Hmm.
トはボートに襲撃を受けたって。そうですね。私の村を襲ったのがボートと化したこの国の兵士たちです。
この国の奴らはろくなことをしないな。
ごめんなさい。何もメルティちゃんが悪いわけじゃ。王族としてきっと何かできたはずなのに。
Well, as long as your dad has a grudge.
ラフタリアさん、その兵士たちの特徴を教えて。ことが済んだら私がその兵士たちを罰します。はい。
で、お前の知り合いの貴族がこの辺にいるんだろう？
ええ。
問題はその貴族が信用できるかどうかだな。
まさにその通りですね。
Oh, this guy? Looks like a sage-like character.
お久しぶりです、ライヒノット。
メルティ様、ようこそお越しくださいました。はじめまして。私はこの地の領主、バン・ライヒノットと申します。
この優男が例の貴族か。それにしても気配もなく。
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be calling him feeble when he can sneak up to you.
立ち話もなんですので、私の屋敷で話しませんか？なるほど。私の領地には逃亡の末たどり着いたということですか。ああ。騎士団からは盾の勇者様
Oh, there we go.
近隣の山々に火を放ったと聞きましたが、
全部デタラメだ。おそらく第一王女がでっち上げたんだろう。
やはり私もメルティ様の身を案じ、領内の見回りをしていたところでした。長旅でさぞお疲れでしょう。しばらくの間、我が屋敷でゆっくり。
Now, is he friend or is he foe?
ご主人様、食べていい？
待て。まだこいつのことを信用したわけじゃ。
おいしい。ご安心ください。毒なんて入っていませんよ。
いただきまーす。
フィーラ、行儀が悪いわよ。
ナオフミ様、私たちもいただきましょう。人の行為を疑うなんて失礼にも程がある。
あまり長いもできない。明日の朝には出発するぞ。
Then again, just because somebody can eat food and not be poisoned doesn't mean that the food isn't poisoned.
そうだけど、もう少しゆっくりしたかったわ。
メルティ王女は少し変わられましたね。以前は無理して大人びた態度をとっていらっしゃいましたが、どうやら盾の勇者様と旅をされて良き方向に成長なさっておられるようですね。
悪い方向の間違いだろ。
黙りなさい。
食事中だぞ。静かにしろ。
ナオフミのせいでしょ。お布団気持ちいい。ふっかふか。少しは休んだらどうなの？
いつ襲撃されるかわからないからな。こういう時は休まないようにしてる。
ナオフミ様、私が見張りをいたしますので、早めにお休みください。
そうだな。
なんでラフタリアさんの言うことはすぐに聞くの？
別に。
メルちゃん、ヒーローこのお家探検したい。そうね、行きましょう。
もう少し優しくしてあげてもいいんじゃないですか？
He's just acting like a man-child, basically. Ah.
メルちゃん、ナオフミと出会ってからすごくわがままになってる気がして、言葉遣いも悪くなったし、なんだか自分が自分じゃないみたい。
You're in love.
何言ってるかわからないよね。ヒーローは今のメルちゃんが好きだよ。だってメルちゃん、ご主人様と話してるときとっても楽しそうに見えるもん。メルちゃん、一緒
まだ見つからんのか。メルティの身に何かあれば貴様らの命はないと思い。
ご安心ください。私が必ずメルティを救ってみせますわ。
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
またしても家族を。どこまでわしを苦しめる気なのだ。立てみ。
La la la.
ああ、そろそろ交代か。
大丈夫。私はそんなに眠くないから。
そうか。
ねえ、ナオフミ。
なんだ。
私、このまま逃げ続けるだけでいいのかな。王族としてやるべきことがたくさんあるはず。
That's true, you know.
私は何もできてない。
まずは逃げることが最優先だ。お前がやるべきことはその後考える。
It's kind of sad that the Crown Princess doesn't have any power. Yeah.
気負いすぎるな。そうします。お前には、お前にしかできないことがあるはずだ。
ありがとう。なんでもない。おやすみ。
Oh, same bed? Alright. So, is anything gonna happen?
お願い。もうやめて。
No, nightmares? Flashback? I mean, we didn't really.
あの時と。
Actually, we did. Never mind. Never mind. Just kind of forgot. Oh?
大丈夫か。
はい。
まずいことになった。
領主様がどうして。勇者様、急いでここからお逃げください。
何があった。
隣町の貴族が盾の勇者様をかくまっているのではないかと乗り込んできたのです。
盾の悪魔を探せ。
さあ、奥の勝手口から外へ。
フィーロとメルティは。
どうだ、見つけた。
いえ、こちらには。
おい、そこのお前、何をしている。
料理の準備を。
いいからこっちに来い。
何をしているのですか。私はメルロマルク国第二王女メルティ・メルロマルク。これ以上無礼な行いは許しません。
本物か。
これはメルティ王女様。
Okay, so who is it now? I guess the guy that raided her village.
ご無事で何よりです。御身を案じ。
And of course, it's going to be like
昔父上と共にこ
one of these characters.
こにいるのはあなたの私兵ですね。
いかにも。
今すぐこの屋敷から兵を引き上げなさい。
その前に盾の悪魔はどこにいるのでしょう。
盾の勇者様はこちらにはおられません。
おお。
私がお願いしたのです。どうか私を置いてこの場からお逃げくださいと。私が直接父上に進言します。そして必ず盾の勇者様への疑いを晴らしてみせます。さあ、私を早く。
Is this the best course of action?
では私の屋敷で出発の準備をいたしましょう。お連れしろ。
落ち着け。メルティの意志を無駄にする気か。
Really?
フィーロ、どこだ。
Come on. Now for me, weren't you keeping watch?
今すぐ出てこい。これは命令だ。さっさと出てこないのが悪い。だいたいこんなところで何してたんだ。
だってメルちゃんがかくれんぼしようって言い出して絶対に見つからないような場所に隠れて
Oh, that's kind of smart of her.
でも全然見つけてくれなくてあれメルちゃんはメルちゃんを助ける待ってフィーロだって早くしないとメルちゃんが
メルティを見捨てて逃げるのも一つの手だろうな。だが、あいつは俺を信じてくれた。
Still, dude, I'm kind of. Now for me. What was the purpose of you keeping watch if you didn't see them coming and warn everybody? Like, what? Okay.
あのイードルってやつのこと何か知ってるんだろ
はい
お前はここに残ってもいいんだぞ。
いえ今の私にはこの剣があります過去と向き合いたいんですあれ何あの領主様を慕う亜人の方たちが押しかけてきたのでしょう
ちょうどいい。あの騒ぎに乗じて屋敷に侵入する。行くぞ。
Yeah, they should probably save that dude as well. But somehow I think that dude has the situation under control.
忌々しい亜人どもめ。
外で何が起きているのですか
ご心配なく、虫どもが騒いでるだけのこと。すぐに駆除しますよ。かようなことより、盾の悪魔の居所を教えてくださいませんか。
ですから何度も言うように私は知りませんライヒノット
盾の悪魔はどこだ。
盾の悪魔など知りませんね。私が知っているのは盾の勇者様です。
こんな調子でなかなか口を割らない男でして、できればあなた様には手洗
Are you sure you can do that to a crown princess?
神に仕える者として悪魔に組みする者は断罪せねばなりません。それが我々の使命ですから。
侵入者だ。フィーロ、思いっきり暴れろ。その間に俺たちがメルティを助け出す。
And they don't even kill them. Now I wonder, is there going to be someone else in the dungeon?
その毒は強力だ。すぐに解毒しないと死ぬぞ。だが、俺の言うことを聞けば助けてやる。メルティはどこだ。
その勇ましいのをたまりませんな。その目が絶望に変わる瞬間を、苦痛に歪む顔を、よーく私
Yeah, you're probably gonna get it in like 10 seconds?
今度はなんだ。
イドル様、盾の悪魔が侵入したようです。
なんだと。
Ah, there we go.
動くな。そこから一歩でも動いてみろ。王女の首が飛ぶぞ。
一歩も動かなければいいんだな。エアストシールド。
There we go. What are you gonna do now?
なんで来たの？
子供を見捨てて逃げる勇者なんて聞いたことがないからな。
私がやったことが台無し冗談。でも、ありがとう。
Aww.
わしをコケにしよって。貴様ら拷問では済まさんぞ。命をもって償わせてくれる。
Oh, I think Ralphtalia has something to say.
待て。
このアジン風情が。
Mm-hmm.
待て。やめろ。
I mean, she's probably not even gonna kill him.
間違いをしたかわいそうなアジンたちを。あなたは
That's it? Alright, alright. By the way, this ending song, the MV for it dropped also yesterday or today, I believe. So you guys can check that out as well if you want. In the meantime, I'll be skipping this and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alrighty, so that was episode 14, and I'm just gonna be honest here. I really did not like this episode. If you guys are people who don't like to listen to criticism over a work that you like, then fair enough. You can just head out now. I'm not here to sugarcoat things. I really think this episode was pretty damn awful in terms of its logic. Now, okay, so let's just get into it, right? This entire Idoru situation with him coming in and then basically forcing Rinoto's hand, taking him away, and also taking the princess away. That does not make any damn sense at all, right? These people are both nobles, right? Now, I'm not entirely sure about the politics of this particular setting, right? But still, generally speaking, you're not able to just go willy-nilly into somebody else's, another nobleman's place and then take him. Like, he didn't even, it's not even a case of him having a arrest warrant or on the orders of the king or whatever, right? It was stated here clearly that those soldiers were just his private detail, and he was only here because he suspected this Rinoto guy was harboring the shield hero. So, since when are nobles able to have this power and just go walk into and arrest another noble, right? That doesn't really make sense at all. Now, you could say, and more to the point, where's Rinoto's own security detail, right? He's a nobleman as well. What happens when bandits come? Like, how is he going to protect himself, right? That just doesn't, it's illogical. Now, you could also say, okay, fine, maybe he's sort of like this exiled character, right? Because he was formerly of the group of this who's that dude again? Sayate? Or the former lord of Sayate. Okay, so maybe he can't have his own armed forces. But even then, that would be so weird. And if that was the case, then okay, then that brings me to the second point, right? And that is Naofumi was clearly, or their entire party was clearly taking turns to watch over the surroundings and seeing what happens. So suddenly they're taken by surprise, and Rinoto is arrested, and then the house is being searched, and yet they didn't know of this beforehand. Like, what was the point of them posting a guard there, right? So that's another strike against what happened this episode. And thirdly, what was the entire point of them waiting until Idoru took Melty back to his place and then confronting him there, right? And you're currently within friendly territory, right? Within this mansion. The people outside, well, maybe they don't quite know you, but they're certainly not on the side of Idoru. And him having his force here, it's obviously going to be smaller than what he has in his own land, in his own territory, right? So what was the entire point of not just jumping Idoru and his security detail right then and there within the mansion, and instead waiting until going back to Idoru's territory and then fighting him there? Like, it's not even a case of them sneaking in and being all stealthy-like so to avoid any confrontations. No, they went over the wall and they just went straight into the mansion or the place that Idoru was living at, and they just went all out full-on battle, right? Like, that... I'm sorry, that makes no damn sense at all. I have no idea what they were thinking there. Now, okay, so fine. You might say, okay, maybe he doesn't want to associate himself with Rinoto, right? So maybe he doesn't want Rinoto to be accused of harboring him if he shows himself up during that time. But the problem is, it's quite clear that the bad guys don't really care about what is lawful or not already, right? Even just on a suspicion, they were able to come here and take Rinoto away and also beat him up. So what's the point? Like, there's no justification for that reason either. You're not going to accomplish anything by trying to distance yourself from Rinoto, right? And it's just, I don't know. I have many complaints about the way this episode was handled. Like, okay, I get it, right? They want to try to tie this in with Raphtalia's story, but there has to have been a better way of doing this rather than the events that we saw transpire within this episode. Like, I'm really curious. In the original light novel, was this also how the events went down? Because if so, I'm sorry, it just doesn't make any sense, okay? That would seem to me very contrived reason in order for Raphtalia to eventually confront Idoru and, face her past or whatever. Like, even if that was the ultimate goal, then there would have been other ways to do it, or other reasons that you could have given in order for this entire thing to make sense. As it is, as what we are shown within this episode, within the anime, no, this whole thing shouldn't have happened at all. Okay? So, that was that. Kind of a mini rant, but I don't know. I just really disliked how they handled this situation within this episode. Alright, so next, I guess, we can... Obviously, Ralphtalia is not going to kill Idoru, probably. Oh, and by the way, speaking of Idoru, one more thing that I want to rant about. So, clearly, Naofumi, Ralphtalia, and Philo are pretty damn strong to be able to go past all your guards and break down the walls and enter your room, right? And suddenly, Idoru, you have the guts to rise up and use a freaking whip, to try and stand up against them? Like, how does that make sense at all? He should have been begging for his life right from the get-go when they got in, right? It's not like he has any special abilities, and if he did, well, right now he's being scared shitless by Raphtalia, and she hasn't even done anything to him yet. So that doesn't make sense at all. Like, what is his character? Is his character one that, okay, he's fearless because he believes that, all of them are inferior to him? If so, then keep that character. And if he's going to be this kind of cowardly dude, then he should be cowardly throughout the whole way, right? So, I don't know, man. So anyways, I'm guessing next episode we'll learn more about Raphtalia's past and that friend that she had, that other demi-human. Maybe we'll see her as well. I mean, I believe I saw her also show up within the opening as well, although maybe she's dead because we only saw her child form. But then again, remember, Raphtalia only became an adult within a short amount of time, right? After meeting Shield Hero. Because, see, from first wave to second wave, we can probably guess that maybe a few weeks have passed, right? And, Naofumi also had his own, training session for, I guess, about a week or something, and we know that Naofumi and the other heroes were summoned shortly after the first wave. So that entire process couldn't have been, I don't know, like a month, right? So Ralphtalia was abducted or whatnot and sold to slavery for about a month. So chances are her friend should still be a child if she is still alive, because the only reason Ralphtalia grew so quickly is because of her affiliation with Naofumi. So it goes to show that if her friend at that time was about the same age as her, then she should still be a child. So we'll see about that in the next one. Maybe she's dead. I don't know. But anyways, that was my thoughts for this episode. Again, I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit negative here, but if I see something that really bugs me, I have to call it out. So let me know what you guys think about this one as well, and especially for you light novel readers or manga readers out there. Was this a case of them just rushing things and so things aren't explained clearly? Because, I've known some people have been discussing, like, what the second core of the season is going to adapt to, and as far as I know, by the pacing that some people have predicted, it seems to be going fairly fast. So I'm wondering if this is just a case of them adapting things too rapidly, and so everything feels rushed and unexplained. If that's the case, do let me know as well. Alright, so that has been episode 14 of Shield Hero. This has been Maverick, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully with a better episode. So until then, see ya.